saw here in the Eternals.
Agreed. Agreed. I think what sets them apart in terms of, what makes them Eternals, why are they so special, is like their longevity. Obviously, they've survived for as long as they did, and that's obviously because of their bionic
Correct.
form. It bothered me a little bit, the way, I don't know, it just like, it was kind of a little bit of a, I don't know. I expected more from their origin, but it does mirror the comics a
Mm-hmm.
little bit. The comics, basically, the origins of the Eternals in general were that the Celestials were basically enamored by humans' abilities to adapt through the years because they witnessed essentially the change from like ape into like
Mm-hmm.
semi-man,
Mm-hmm.
right? When they it's called the first host, I believe, where they sent a celestial came and started doing like experimentation on like the humans, and then created deviants, which were not what they wanted to create. And then eventually they created Eternals, which were, I think they started off with 100, and they could not I was gonna say breed, but that makes them sound like animals. But they could not breed,
Right.
interbreed, but they like procreate with other species like deviants and
Mm-hmm.
humans. So to kind of like what you had initially thought that they would be like, that's kind of like from the first phase. I think it was around the fourth phase where Eternals had like split. There were some Eternals, I think, living on Uranus, some were on Earth, and the ones on Earth had just emerged from like their second, somewhat of a civil war type of thing. And I think the conflict in that second civil war was whether more Eternals should be made or if they should just stay absolute in terms of their number. And eventually they came to a conclusion where a certain Eternal could go to Titan and start creating new Eternals that were both biologically made but also like mechanically made, which is kind of what we're seeing in this film of that type of branch of
Mm-hmm.
Eternals. And just kind of on a side note, the person who assisted this particular celestial to create this new reign of Eternals is Thanos' mother, who later births obviously Thanos, who is a Eternal who has a deviant gene. So I know that was a lot, but but that's just kind of a little bit of the origin of the Eternals in the
Mm-hmm.
comics, and it seems they're drawing more on that on that fourth arrival where they create Eternals that were somewhat biologically made, but also
Okay.
mechanically made.
Very interesting.